Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, Eric.
Hello. Yeah, good to see you. Again, I guess it's been a while since the last time we did
Likewise.
this. It's been what? It's been a longer gap between seasons two and three than between seasons one and two, I believe. It feels like a long time ago, anyways. Uh, okay. I guess could we do a little could you just introduce yourselves also and the character you play in the show?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll start. I'm Travis Willingham. I play Grog Strongjaw.
I'm Marisha Ray. I play Keyleth of the Arashari.
I'm Ashley Johnson. I play Pike Trickfoot.
And I'm Liam O'Brien, and I play Vax'ildan Vasar.
Wonderful. Cool. So I've watched the first three episodes of the season. I tend to try to watch only along with the audience as far as it goes with each show I try to review. So I kind of experience alongside them. So, but we're not really going to get into spoilers for this season for this interview anyways. So, cool. Well, I hope everyone's doing good. I really enjoyed the first three episodes. And I have questions. Let's see. So first of all, so in the campaign, about what level are you guys at now at this point? I'm curious.
Boy, what are we like? Maybe
Great question.
like 11 or 12,
Yeah,
maybe?
that's
Or
what
are
I
we
was gonna
10,
say.
10-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weimer?
Yeah.
Say 11.
That seems right.
11.
Yeah,
So,
right
like,
when you get
right in
that attribute bump at the
Yeah.
11. Yeah.
Starting to feel really powerful.
Fantasy
Yeah.
puberty hits.
Yeah, so it's
At the
so-
level of condensation, you're probably seeing a couple levels play out in a single season.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it is quite a bit more condensed. I mean, 26-minute episodes versus, several hour-long streams.
Boy,
Puberty is an interesting description because from what I've seen so far, there are interrelational dynamics going on here that are of a steamier nature than we've seen outside of Scanlan's character, I would say. So I guess along those lines, kind of I was curious what each of your characters sort of outside of like we need to save the world and we need to find these vestiges and we need to beat the dragons, like what kind of motivations and struggles and inner conflicts and passions are your characters going through this season?
That's a great question. I think a lot of the struggle that you see from many of the characters is that they are obviously being thrusted into importance and kind of following this world affecting destiny that they are just linchpins. They're in the center of it, but they're still people and they're still kind of struggling with really their own identities, finding themselves in their own wants and desires. So I think you see a lot of, kind of a weird duality there that they're pushing against of, I don't have time to confront my feelings, so I'm just going to push it down and keep going, and maybe it'll resolve. I feel like that happens a lot this season.
Yeah. I feel like bouncing off that too, I think a lot of with sort of having the weight of the world and the importance of the task at hand, I think there's a lot of doubt that they're dealing with and like, well, why us? And can we do this? Are we the ones for the job? Which I love being able to explore that because a lot of times when you see heroes, you're like, we're the best and we're going to do this and we're going to complete the mission. And, we have a lot of moments where we're sort of doubting ourselves. And it also brings about a lot of inner party conflict, which I love being able to explore that.
Yeah, heroes
Also,
don't
sorry, my
necessarily-
dog is snoring. So
Oh.
you hear some weird noise.
sure.
A dog.
Heroes don't necessarily feel like heroes when they're heroing. And I think that they feel so much weight and responsibility, as Marisha and Ashley have touched on, that like they often doubt if they could or should make time for themselves and for each other when they have so much weight and responsibility on a global scale.
Grog's just trying to find a sandwich. It's real tough.
You just
Some shops in the hells you know, or in these frozen landscapes, places that we're going to go.
Could I have a snack?
Yeah.
That's the benefit of having a low intelligence character.
Yeah.
You just sort of easy breezy life, no matter what the world throws at you.
It's the ignorance is bliss.
That's right. If we could only be so lucky. Sort of, I wonder, like, taking the, you know, the critical role stuff and distilling it down into this much shorter series. How do you strike the balance between, like, as this gets more epic and more dire and somewhat more tragic, how do you strike that balance between that and also the humor and the levity and, you know, that sort of more, I guess, relatable human tone?
I think for us, you know, one of the I think key ingredients, part of the magic of Critical Role, is that you do have sort of classic fantasy storytelling as a setting, but there's also our modern take, our modern language, the sort of personality quirks that we put into the characters. Part of that, so, you know, it becomes a little bit easier to adapt to, or for people to hang on to. But I think, you know, part of it is just making sure that there's enough here in the story for everybody, right? How do you guys feel?
Yeah.
Liam.
Don't all speak at
I mean,
once.
we've spent years breaking each other's hearts while using dick jokes to make our friends squirt milk out of their nose at the same time. And that is just what life is like for us. I think that life is never this idealized, beautiful, heroic story. We're fucking up and doing stupid things on the flip side of amazing, memorable moments. It's just part of our DNA. And as far as hitting the epic moments of the show, like, those are the things that the few chosen tentpole moments that were so important to us that we hash out before a season. Like, what has to happen? We have to see X, Y, and Z. Like, the fun and the challenge of it is setting those up like destinations and then charting our way to them on this tighter timetable.
Yeah, Liam pretty much nailed it. I mean, I think we're all big believers that laughing at situations gives you back control. And I think that still extends into the animated series. So as much heartbreak as there is, sometimes you still just gotta laugh.
I like it. So let's see. I've got so many questions, but not enough time for all of them. So I'm picking and choosing. I guess we'll go behind the scenes a little bit more. This was a longer gap between seasons. What kind of challenges and whatnot did you guys encounter? I know there's been so much going on the last few years. It's almost impossible to keep track of COVID, the strikes, everything else. Was there kind of a new challenges facing you guys this season?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's another great question.
I think part of it was just trying to cherry pick the story moments, right?
Yeah.
When we started out with the first two seasons, there was a moment where we said, this might be all we get. Let's create a story that has a beginning, a middle, and an ending, ends right at season 2 in case this is it. We don't get any further seasons. And I would say we were all so bullish and excited on the knowledge that there was so much more story to share that we, even at the end of season 2, we didn't leave it with like a nice happy ending with, you know, a cherry on top. We were confident that our audience was going to come through and that people were going to love these stories. And so we planned for a road through season 3 as well. We are adopting that same confidence, I think, as we head into this season. There wasn't ever a moment where we considered trying to squeeze all of campaign 1 into 3 seasons. So while we have to be economical with what we choose, we're also making sure that the story spends enough time on the beats that we've chosen, and also sets up this and our other animated series, The Mighty Nine, up for success as well. So there's more to go. We just hope everyone enjoys this show and that we get to continue telling these stories.
Great. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned The Mighty Nine. I'm excited for that one as well. I'm being told that we are out of time, however. So thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hey there.
Yep, have a great one.
Bye.